Now, I'm assuming you're here because you want to learn the 4 easy steps on how to get started creating your first fanfic. In this video, I will be going over all 4 steps in detail, as well as add some tips and tricks on how to make this a fun and seamless process because, well, it should be. You're writing fanfiction. You're probably sitting there thinking,
what do you know about fanfiction?
I've been reading fan fiction since I was like 12 years old, and I've been writing it for almost 1.5 years now. In that 1.5 years that I've been writing, I've made, to me, a tremendous amount of growth in my writing experience. I have a really successful story on AO3 and Tumblr, but more AO3, right? I love my AO3 peeps. So going through all of that made me realize like, hey, I actually have something I can share with people now. I decided to kind of bring it to YouTube. I am by no means a professional writer, but according to my readers, I am like the god of creating stories. So that keeps them wanting to come back and read my fics all the time. Enough talking about me. Let's get into these steps. Number 1, be honest with yourself. What do you like reading? What fics do you tend to find yourself gravitating towards? Which ones left an impression on you that's all you think about for days? You don't have to copy those fics word by word because first of all, that's wrong. We don't plagiarize in this house. But you can always take away certain things. Is it tropes? Is it a certain writing style that you enjoy, or certain character? Or is it something else? Do you like reading fluff? Do you like reading dark fics, angsty fics, humorous fics, all of the above? Except that you enjoy what you enjoy and will probably want to write about it. Knowing what you like will help you tremendously when you decide you want to start your first fic. Number 2, plan it out. This is your brainstorming phase. Now that you know exactly what gets you going, what you want to write about, type it out. Don't worry about grammar or structure. All those steps comes later in the process. This is the time for you to get those amazing, creative, jumbled up ideas out of your brain and onto the screen. Write down anything and everything that comes to your mind. I don't care what it is. If it's like a color or a scene or like a name, just write it down. Make bullet points, whatever you want to do, get it all on paper. Some examples of things to write down. A title. You can play around with a few ideas, let them sit in your head. Few days later, see if you still like them. Plot. Now I do write the plot before the summary because it works better for me to write it out and then summarize the whole thing later. Makes sense, right? Then the summary. It could be short and sweet, which are my preferred summaries, or it could be really lengthy and you put a lot of detail in it. It's really up to you on how best to describe your story to your potential readers. Just make sure the reader has some kind of idea of what your story will be about, because then they'll be more likely to click on it. Add tags and warnings as well, so they'll have some sort of idea of what they're getting into, so they don't, see something that puts them off. What fandom are you going to be writing about? And remember, there are no rules. This is the wild, wild west over here on Tumblr and AO3, okay? Step 3, write that fic. This is the time to get down and dirty. Take all of those ideas that you had and just organize it. Eventually, you will have created your first chapter. You can also have your phone read it out loud to you.
Siri, please read my fic for me, face with big pleading eyes.
All right. Are y'all ready for step number 4? This is a serious one. Step number 4, have fun. I mean, it's one of the most important steps when writing. You need to have fun. This is not serious. This is not professional. This is you wanting to create your own stories, your own world. So have fun with it. If you're not having fun, then there's no point in creating your fic at all. If it's silly, you just gotta laugh at yourself. But keep going. Do not stop, especially if you really enjoy it. Doesn't matter if anybody else doesn't. If you enjoy it, you keep doing it. You will literally make people's day anytime you post. The traction will be slow at first. You have to take the time to write and get your stuff out there, and they'll start commenting and liking, sending kudos and sharing and reblogging, hopefully, even though they're really bad at doing that on Tumblr. But anyways, so those were the 4 easy steps to get started creating your first fic. Okay, so here's a few other things you may want to think about before posting the fic. Platforms. Do you like Tumblr? Do you like AO3? Do you like Wattpad? Do you like fanfiction.net? Think about which ones you like. You can post on one, you can post on multiple. One more thing, you have an audience. No matter how niche your fanfiction will be, you have an audience. So go out there, post, and find your audience, just like I am trying to do with this YouTube video. I'm trying to find people who like writing fanfiction and who like reading fanfiction. So if that's you, subscribe to my channel. What I want you to do after watching this video is go straight to that Word doc, straight to that Google Doc, whatever your choice of writing program is, and start planning your fic. Go. Do it now. That idea you had in your head for ages, no one's gonna write it for you. And if they do write it, it's not gonna be like how you would write it. People need to see that. Bring your own personal, unique content out in the world for us to see, no matter how messy or chaotic it may be at first. So this video was just a quick outline on how to get started writing your first fic. But if you want to see more in-depth writing tips and other fanfic related content, please subscribe and watch my other videos, especially this one if you like reaction videos. See you next time. I don't have time to deal with cats. This is hot as hell. Oh my God. Can you see it? Can they see it?